What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and this video I want to talk about Crimson Desert and its new release date. We got the date, we got a PlayStation blog. Look, the blog generally just talks about the story, which, they call it a release date trailer. The thing is, the game, of course, was supposed to launch maybe, November, December. I imagine this was considered to be, internally, I think this was supposed to be some sort of story-ish trailer, primarily focuses on the protagonist, kind of the world, kind of this, building this adventure, up. So I just imagine the name has switched, right? Because now they need the release date again because it was delayed, so they need to call it a release date trailer. I mean, look, I actually thought the trailer looked really good. I've been very up and down on this game. I think generally I've been pretty high on it, but, the last little while, the last couple times we've seen it, I think optimization issues is something that you can kind of see very, very easily, in the last couple go-arounds, right? So hopefully that stuff has been fixed. And the trailer looked pretty. The trailer actually had a couple scenes that I've seen before in these other gameplay breakdown stuff that I've been doing, right, on this channel. Anytime we see the game, right, there's been a couple different boss fights, some story moments, couple moments that you could kind of isolate from that trailer and say, we've seen that before actually in a separate gameplay thing. So, it looked good. It looked for as much as a trailer can look optimized, it did look optimized. And then I got the date. So March 19th, that's actually my wife and I's anniversary. So March 19th, 2026. March is unbelievably packed. Crimson Desert now comes out the day before Saros comes out, which was another game shown at the State of Play, and I think Bond comes out a week after that. So suddenly the end of March is the busiest time humanly possible. And to go along with this, they actually opened up pre-orders, so you can pre-order it. They announced what the kind of incentives are going to be. So Crimson Desert, there's actually a PS5 exclusive bonus, so kind of going back 15 years to that world where you would get something on Xbox or get something on PlayStation. I don't know if I love that, but if you're a PlayStation owner, you get a PS5 bonus, and then you get just pre-order bonuses in general. There's a standard edition and there's a deluxe edition. The standard is $69.99. The deluxe is $79.99. And as far as I can tell, there's no early access or anything. If you get the deluxe edition, it's basically armor and horse gear, I think is the main thing for the $10. So I'm not, is there a lot of value there for the $10 extra? To me, no. But at the same time, maybe it's a little refreshing that hey, if you spend $10-20, you get to play it a week early. That's actually not going to be the case for this game in particular. So there you go. You can pre-order it. If you want to pre-order it, we got the date locked down, and the game's looking pretty darn good. I'm happy that we got to see it again, and as we constantly have talked about the last really couple months, what needs to happen is just every time we see it, it needs to be looking better than the time before. And I would say they have a 2-year run where that was true. Every time I would make videos and just say, it looks better this time than it did last time, over and over and over. I would say the last couple, though, was more of a downgrade. It dropped back a bit. So I'm just looking for, return to form. Let's have the next time you see it. If it's at Tokyo Game Show, I actually don't even know if it's going to be there, but whenever we see it next, I'm sure there'll be some sort of lead up, January, February, March to the game coming out. It just needs to look a little bit better than the time before, and mainly that optimization and how it runs, how it performs, how it feels, things like that needs to be ironed out as best as humanly possible, before the game releases. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.